faithful Niner Empire. What's good? What's good? What's good? You know who it is. It's your boy, Jay in the Bay. Faithful Niner Empire. What's good? You know who it is. It's your boy, Jay in the Bay. And once again, it's a pleasure to be on the Niners Cutback Crew YouTube channel for episode 2 of Jay in the Bay. What's good? I appreciate everyone who watched the first episode, and make sure you subscribe to your boy, Jay in the Bay, on YouTube, also IG, Twitter. Check me out. But we have to get into the Niners-Eagles Week 2 matchup. Obviously, we've had a lot of injuries. We've had a lot of things that have not gone in our favor. But, you know, we won Week 1, and our goal is to beat the Eagles. And let's keep in mind, with the Philadelphia Eagles, this is their home opener. The fans have not been in the stadium in more than a year. The Eagles will be fired up. I know the Eagles, they're riding high because they just beat the brakes off them good old ATL Falcons. And they're hyped and they're ready for Week 2. Now, looking at the Eagles, they have a new regime. They have a new head coach, Nick Sirianni. He's been a football head coach since, 2005. He's been coaching in football. He most recently was with the Indianapolis Colts the last 2 seasons as an offensive coordinator. And now he's taken the reins as the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. And a wise man once said, you never have a second chance to make a first impression. And boy, did they have a great first impression against the Atlanta Falcons in ATL. So we definitely have to respect the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the Eagles have Jalen Hurts, young quarterback. He kind of reminds me of Kyler Murray. And the reason I say that, he's dynamic in the pocket. He can make plays with his legs. He's got a good arm. He made some nice throws against the Falcons. He will definitely be a player that the Niners have to watch out for. It'll be interesting to see how DeMeco Ryans, our defensive coordinator, schemes Jalen Hurts. That'll be interesting to see. They got a running back in Miles Sanders. They have 3 young wide receivers. Devontae Smith, he stands out to me most coming from Alabama. He's a rookie. They also have 2 tight ends, Dallas Goedert, Zach Ertz, the wily vet. I'm surprised he's still with the Eagles, but that's neither here nor there. The Eagles have weapons on offense. They have a solid offensive line. One of the key matchups, I think, will be the Eagles' defensive line against the Niners' offensive line. They got Fletcher Cox. And if you've been watching football, Fletcher Cox has been one of the best defensive linemen of the past decade. There's no doubt about that. They've got Hargrave, who lines up next to him, and Hargrave went off against the Atlanta Falcons. I think he had 2 sacks, 6 tackles, a tackle for loss. That's the strength of the Eagles' defense. I think it's their defensive line. Their ends are solid. I think they're like above average. I think it's Brandon Graham and Barnett. I think they're above average ends. The linebackers, they don't have many household names. In the secondary, they have cornerback Darius Slay. I think he had his best years with the Detroit Lions. I'm not sure if he's still in the prime of his career. And Darius Slay, he's the biggest name in that Eagles secondary. So this will definitely be a close game. I can't lie. Before the start of the season, I thought, hey, this is an automatic W for the 49ers. We'll start the season 2-0. Obviously, I didn't envision we would have injuries to Jason Verrett, season-ending injury. Raheem Mostert, season-ending injury. Dre Greenlaw, he's out for the next 6 to 8 weeks. And I'm trying to think and of course, Raheem Mostert, out for the year. So we have a lot of injuries. I think we will be okay. But another interesting matchup will be the Eagles wide receivers versus the 49ers cornerbacks. Who's going to start opposite of Demo Lenore? Will Emmanuel Mosley be back? I know he's been, practicing, but he hasn't really been a full go at practice. So who's going to start opposite of Lenore? And, those are a few question marks, on, the defensive side of the ball. But I think this will be a great game. It'll be a competitive game. And I'm expecting Jimmy G in the offense to flourish against this offense. As long as we can protect Jimmy, I think we'll be fine. Now we have to get into the keys to the game, Inthebay's keys to the game. Let's get into it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
5 big things.
Okay, so Inthebay's 5 big things for this game. We'll start off with number 5. So number 5 will be, we can't allow the Eagles wide receivers to get big plays. Obviously, the more plays, the more yards that they get at the wide receiver position, they'll be able to score in less plays. We can't allow big chunk plays to the wide receivers. And this is going to be interesting because obviously we may not have Emmanuel Mosley back, so we may be out our 2 best corners. So it'll be interesting to see how DeMeco Ryans schemes up the defense. How is he able to overcome us missing our 2 best corners? That's going to be number 5. Can't allow big plays from the Eagles wide receivers. And number 4, we got to keep Jimmy G clean. The way we do that, in the trenches. And that's where I feel games are won and lost. John Lynch did an excellent job this offseason in adding talent to the offensive line. Of course, bringing the big silver back, Trent Williams back to protect Jimmy G's blind side. Lincoln Thomas is there. We brought in Alex Mack. He knows Shanahan's system. He's a vet. He can anchor that offensive line. We got Brunskill at the right guard, and we also have Glenshie at the right tackle. So I will be looking very closely at the interior of our offensive line. Lincoln Thomason, Alex Mack, and Brunskill. Can they handle Hargrave and Fletcher Cox? That could potentially win or lose the game for us. If Fletcher Cox and Hargrave go off and they have a few sacks game, make Jimmy uncomfortable in the pocket, that won't bode well. I don't think that would lead to a victory Sunday for the 49ers. So number 4, we got to protect Jimmy G at all costs. Number 3, Jalen Hurts. He reminds me of Kyler Murray. He's able, even if you get pressure on him, he's able to get outside the pocket. He can move to the left. He can move to the right. When he extends plays with his legs, he's able to give his receivers more time to get open. And corners, you can't cover that long. Corners usually, they really can't cover more than 3 to 4 seconds. And when Jalen Hurts is able to extend the play, he allows his receivers to get open. He could either throw on the run or he could run for first down. I believe in the game week 1 against the Falcons, I think Jalen Hurts had like 7 carries, 50 yards. This is something we definitely can't allow. And Eric Armstead, I'm talking to you. You know this play is coming. You know Jalen Hurts is going to run the read option. If you're playing defensive end, you got to keep outside leverage. If Jalen Hurts fakes the handoff or he looks like he's handing the ball off to Miles Sanders, Armstead, please, I'm begging you, stay outside. Don't go in for the running back. As soon as Hurts see you go in for the running back, Hurts is going to pull the ball back and he's going to run right where you just were. So you got to keep outside contained. Hopefully Armstead, he's watching this, probably not. But hey, if you're watching this, Armstead, keep outside contained, baby. And that goes for all the defensive ends or for any player that's at the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got to keep outside contained. If you do that, you won't allow big plays to the edges. Push the ball to the middle of the defense. That's where our strength is. That's the strength. So if our ends keep outside contained, we will limit Hurts' playmaking with his legs, and I think that will be very key to this game. Number 2, we have to score touchdowns in the red zone. That seems very obvious, right? We have to capitalize when we're in the red zone. Well, this is something that the Atlanta Falcons failed to do in week 1. And I know the Eagles won that game 32-6, but that game was much closer. The Falcons had opportunities in the first half to score in the red zone, and they left with field goals. They left points on the board. We can't do that with the 49ers. We can't do that. You can't beat good teams or above average teams just by scoring field goals. So when we get into the red zone, we got to score touchdowns, faithful. We got to score touchdowns. And obviously, we need to score 6 points instead of 3, and that'll lead us to have a victory Sunday. So number 2, got to score touchdowns in the red zone. So my number one big thing, my number one key victory for the 49ers starts and ends in the trenches. If we're able to protect Jimmy, create holes in the running game, I think we can have a successful victory Sunday. If we're able to get after Jalen Hurts, if we can make him feel uncomfortable in the pocket, maybe make him throw an interception, maybe force a turnover. He is still a young quarterback. He's not a vet yet. He hasn't seen all the types of defenses that the Niners can attack him with. So maybe we can force a turnover, but we have to get after the quarterback. And like I said, win at the point of attack, especially against Cox and Hargrove, they can be huge disruptors. And if some of the worst pressure for a non-mobile quarterback is up the middle, because he doesn't have much room to go. He can't really go to the outside. He doesn't have that quickness. So the pressure up the middle is some of the worst, especially for Jimmy G. So we need to make sure we take care of Cox and Hargrove. That's like the number one objective. If Jimmy has time to throw, I think we can throw against his secondary. If we have holes in the running game, I think we can have a successful day running the ball, whether it's Hasty, Mitchell, or Trey Sermon. And those are Jay and the Bay's 5 big things. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I think I have some questions from some of the 49er Cutback crew. So let's see those questions.
Hey, Jay!
All right. So the first question we have here from Ernest, I gotta say, what's good? Thanks for tuning in to the show, Ernest. And he says, what are you thinking about signing Josh Gordon if it gets approved? The Flash. Well, this isn't the same Josh Gordon from basically 8 years ago when he was with Cleveland. And, he was arguably one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. I would say we stay away from Josh Gordon. I don't think we're that desperate in the wide receiver department. So I would say no on the 49ers signing Josh Gordon. All right, next question from Kurt the Chameleon. What's good? Appreciate you coming through, Kurt. He says, do we need to rely more on the pass against the Eagles with the D-line they have? That's a great question. I think we would be best if we have a balanced attack. If we're able to run the ball effectively, if we're able to pass the ball effectively, I think the screen game would be great. Whenever you're trying to negate a pass rush, you usually use quick passes or you use screen passes. So the offensive lineman, move to whatever side the screen pass is supposed to go to. The defensive lineman come in thinking they're going to get a sack. Jimmy G floats the ball to Mitchell, and he's off to the races. So I think we should rely on screen passes, maybe doing outside runs away from the strength of the Eagles defense, which I think is the middle, the defensive tackles. And Jimmy's got to get the ball out quick. I don't know if we'll see any, 6 to 7 step dropbacks with Jimmy G in, because we got to get the ball out quick, quick slants, quick outs, screen passes. And I think an effective running game would also help negate that pass rush. Thanks for the question, Kurt. All right, we have a question from Megan. What's good? Thanks for tuning in. Megan says, are you nervous about Jalen being such a mobile quarterback? Absolutely. We've seen it. As a 49er fan, we've seen it going up against Kyler Murray, going up against Russell Wilson. The mobile quarterbacks are very hard to contain. Even if you get a pass rush on them, if they move to the left, move to the right, they're able to escape the rush. They can either run or they could either, throw a pass to a receiver that was able to get open because the quarterback was able to extend the play with their legs. So it'll be very intriguing to see how DeMeco Ryan schemes up a defense. Will he have a quarterback spy on, Jalen Hurts? Will he be blitzing more? The thing is, when you blitz more, you leave your secondary susceptible to plays. That means there's less defensive players on the wide receivers if you blitz. So what will D'Amico Ryans do, and how will he adjust in game? And those are some things that I'm very excited to see. And yes, to answer your question, I'm very nervous about Jalen. He looked very good against, the Atlanta Falcons. And I know we have a much better defense than the Atlanta Falcons, but he made some plays. Looks like he has a strong arm. And I think he will definitely test this secondary and this defense overall. And I believe that concludes the questions for this segment. And I appreciate everyone submitting their questions. And thanks for watching Jay in the Bay.
The way, Jay.
All righty. So we are going with the last segment, the fade away, Jay. And I am confident going into this game. I think that we will win this game. And the way we'll do it is, playing turnover-free football, having a strong running game, letting Jimmy throw off play action. And, we have to put the ball in our playmakers' hands. Kittle, the IQ show. Is he going to play? I mean, some say he's in the doghouse. Some say he's got a hamstring injury. I don't know what it is, but hopefully Brandon Ayuk will be able to contribute as he normally does. And, of course, with Debo, Kittle, Trent Sherfield, if we get the ball into our playmakers' hands, I think we'll be in good shape, to win this game. And we got to win in the trenches as well. I'm excited for this game. It's an early kick, 10 a.m. start. I can't wait. And the Eagles, it's not going to be an easy game. It's going to be a very tough game. And I think even if we were, if Mostert was still there, Greenlaw, Verrett was still there, I still think this would be, a difficult game. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the game. I have the 49ers winning this game in a close one. I think we'll win 27-21. And we'll start the season off 2-0, heading into Green Bay for the home opener in front of the world on Sunday Night Football. And I appreciate everyone coming through for episode 2 of What's Good with Jay in the Bay. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Go Niners. And I can't wait for the game.